Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Let's Talk Corinth. My name is Scott Garber. I'm one of your council representatives. I'm here with our city manager, Scott Campbell, and of course, our very famous, and everybody loves him, Fire Chief Chad Thiessen. And if you notice, we are not in our normal office space today. We are out on location in our new training facility for our Lake City's Fire Department at Fire Station 2. And that swings us over to you, sir. You want to tell us where we're at and exactly what we're looking at here?
Well, we are in a 3-year endeavor with North Central Texas College and the City of Little Elm Fire Department. And us three have joined together to put this facility together. It's not quite finished. We still got some concrete and some gravel we want to do.
Okay.
The training facility is ready to go. And so actually today we're going to show you guys some work on that. But this is, like we said, a 3-story training facility, and there is so many things we can do with this. It's pretty cool. We can do 10 or 12 different simulations on the fire training center, from rappelling to live fire to simulated fire. They can cut on the roof and simulate that, search, maze work, and so there's just a ton of work we can get. On a given day, you might see college students out here practicing, or us, or Little Elm, or even a combination to get our training in for the year.
So this is important for Lake City's fire, because it's not like we weren't doing this training previously. We were having to ship our guys out to Denton or Flower Mound or a different city to be able to do this type of training. Is that correct?
That is correct. We were going to Denton and even in the past to Louisville to get our training. And so the state requires us to have so much training and so much live fire training. And so we can do a lot of training at our fire stations, but we can't do the live fire, obviously, at a fire station. So this is a needed a building, and it keeps our rigs in town. So that's really important too. Right. Instead of shipping them off to another city and having another city cover us, we can do all our training in-house.
Very cool. So the Scots are obviously not dressed up for nothing. We're going to be doing a few things today. What are the 1 or 2 things that we should be looking forward to in this video?
Well, we really thought about stoking the fire and getting it really hot and smoke for you, but we decided we better not, just since it's your first time.
Thank you.
So we've got Captain John Bryant, firefighter Lance Maddox, and our driver engineer is John Doyle. They're going to show you this evolution. We've got simulated smoke. There's no fire, so don't worry about that, but they're going to go and take a hose line up the stairs and into the room as if there was a second floor on fire. And it's pretty good work. And then we'll have you kind of put the gear on, and you can do the same evolution. All right, in addition to the bunker gear that you got on, we're going to have you put on a SCBA and our helmet.
Okay.
So you're probably familiar with scuba tanks.
Right.
So you take the U out and you have an SCBA. And so we're going to get this on.
Okay.
There is a little bit of a technique to putting this on, other than the normal kind of putting a jacket on.
Slide this arm back here.
Yeah, we'll get this back.
There we go.
What we don't want to do is put too much of the weight on your shoulders. And so usually the first thing you do is you give a little tug here, but you don't want to. Is it too tight? No, we're good.
Feels
okay,
good.
So then we want to get this back strap on pretty good. You got your buckle here.
Gotcha.
Reach around here. Yep, just like a seatbelt getting into an airplane, but it's too loose. So we want to get this tight. Can you feel it on your back?
Absolutely.
And you're loose here.
Loose there.
Okay,
Feels good. Yeah.
All right, hello. We're going to simulate advancing a 1 3/4, 150-foot speed lay off of our apparatus here, and I'm going to walk Scott through on how that happens. So Scott, if you'll come over here. So what we have here, we have 150 foot of 1 3/4. So this was what we would call a nozzle indicator. If you notice, you see a nozzle on this side, we have a nozzle on the opposite side. So for this side where we're pulling, this would be the nozzle indicator, and this would be a pull loop. So Scott, you're going to come over here.
I'm coming.
Now what we want to do is,
Get my glove back on.
okay,
All right.
we're going to pull this section out,
Okay.
and we're going to shoulder it. Okay, so just turn around. Hey, where you're at? Okay.
Gotcha.
We have the nozzle side shouldered. Now, with your right side, we're going to turn around, put your arm through the loop. This is our pull loop. Now I want you to keep this shouldered, keep your arm in here until it gets tight. Then you're going to drop it. We're going to walk this way.
Till this gets tight?
Till that gets tight.
Okay.
Then you're just going to drop it. Okay? Pull, walk towards that, to the right, keep pulling, keep pulling. There you go. Okay, there you go. All right, now you've got that side flaked out. Now we're gonna flake this side out. So keep walking
This way?
to the tree. All right, back this way. There you go. Keep going,
Good.
keep going. It's flaking. There you go. All right, good job.
Felt intense.
So now when we were ready to make entry, we could go up to the stairs. We'd have the driver charge the line.
Okay, so the purpose of this is we don't want the hose tangled. I mean, these are my observations, you tell me.
Yep.
So we don't want the hose tangled. That's why we get it all the way out and back in. So if we need to run through this building with the single length of hose, you don't have somebody out here.
That's correct.
Okay.
So we want to try to, by pulling the hose out, we want to try to eliminate as many kinks as we can.
Okay.
So when we have kinks in the line, it takes water away from us. So we want to try to eliminate as many kinks. And so if we're going to the second story, then you would take the nozzle, we'd have the driver charge the line, and then we could go upstairs.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the next thing we're going to demonstrate is a firefighter advancing 1 3/4 up to the second story, pulling what we call a dry line. So we have 2 firefighters here. This will be my nozzleman. He's going to advance the hose up to the second story, and the additional firefighter is going to pull additional hose so we can get it in place before we make entry. Okay, Scott, take the nozzle up to the top. Following your firefighter in front of you.
Go to the outside of the trailer. Now bring your nozzle back to this door that we're going to enter. And then we would kneel down and get ready.
Your other firefighter would meet up with you. You'd be here. Behind your firefighter. And I would be the officer. Then we'd have the driver charge the line. We'd get all the air out of it.
I see.
And then we would make entry into the,
All right.
to the structure. Now that our line's charged, the firefighter is going to get all the air out of the line by flowing a little bit of water. Turn it on. Now we're ready to make entry. Okay? Reload, 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 reload. All right, good job. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Day of the life of a firefighter at the fire station. Pulling the 1 3/4, working a dry line up to the second story, and putting the fire out. Good job, guys.
Chief Thiessen, thank you so much for the opportunity to be involved in part of this training facility and also lending the expertise of your team for a day so that we can show the public why we use this. And of course, we only did one training exercise. I think that we have plans to do more. It felt intense, but as you were saying earlier, that's nothing compared to if there's actual heat and fire.
Yeah, so adding the next element, and maybe y'all can come back for that, would be to put live fire in there. And then in that case, we would have to put you in a mask and you'd have to breathe air. We were using theater smoke here, and so there was no issue with you not having a mask on. But once we do live fire, it's a whole nother dynamic, and it makes it a little tougher.
So what did you think, Scott?
Absolutely amazing experience. You don't think about what you guys go through when you're out here fighting a fire. The weight of this equipment alone really surprised me. It's just amazing to see what you guys go through.
Agreed. And I, want to make sure that we communicate properly to our community the ability for us to be able to do this on property in the city of Corinth without shipping our firefighters to a different city. Of course, we're paying for the time and effort to get them there. But if we get a call, right? you might have to run our fire department off a training exercise like this in Denton or Flower Mound to get them back in the city if something was bad enough. And so I want to thank you guys for being here with us today. And as always, please stay tuned. This was exercise 1 of probably a series of 3 or 4. So please stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more fun stuff coming. And until then, let's talk Corinth.